Hello everybody and welcome to JGod Gaming. Today's video I'm going to be talking about the best class setup for the Waft 28. If you're not familiar with this weapon, it's not a very popular SMG, but it definitely melts by rocking the fastest rate of fire in the game at 1000 RPM, which is just absolutely ridiculous. It also has a 4, 5, and 6 shot kill range, but if you actually want to kill someone at that 4 shot kill range, they need to be in shotgun range. So for the majority of the kills, it's going to take about 5 to 6 shots to kill. So let's go ahead and get into the loadout. So the loadout I'm using is Expeditionary, so I get that unlimited ammo, especially when I like to do these gameplays. If I'm going to go on a longer streak, I want to make sure I get the entire streak with just this gun. The other thing I'm going to be using is Blitzkrieg, so I can get some of those higher tier streaks and actually get the map moving along, get a little bit more map control and stuff like that. And for the class setup I use extended mags, grip, and a suppressor. A lot of times people think, why are you going to use a suppressor on a gun that already has low range? Well, let's go back to the initial thing I said, where most of our gunfights are going to end in 5 to 6 kills. So having that suppressor is really not going to affect it that much. If you are enjoying the video so far, remember to hit that like button. I'd love to get this video to 200 likes if you can do that. Definitely upped the goal recently because you guys have just been killing it. So if you can, go ahead and do that for me. If you're enjoying it at all, remember to hit that like button. And if you're new to the channel and you'd like to stay up to date with Call of Duty news, get tips and tricks videos to help improve, get different in-game updates, watch subscriber breakdowns, or to get more best class set videos, make sure you subscribe with those notifications on. So let's go ahead and get into the second half of the video, which is where I kind of break down a little bit of my own gameplay and kind of give you my thought process as I'm playing. One of the main advantages of going through that process is that you can actually see how to utilize this weapon the right way, because every weapon has its own characteristics. Obviously, if I'm using an LMG or a regular rifle or the PPSH versus the Waft, I'm going to actually play the game a little differently. I want to try and force some of those engagements to be a little bit tighter, a little bit closer, so that I have the advantage. With 1000 rate of fire, you're going to want to make sure you're really close and really accurate. Obviously, keeping in mind that this is probably one of the least accurate weapons when it comes to recoil control. It just goes straight up vertical to the side and it goes crazy. 1000 RPM is just ridiculous. Keep that in mind. You really want it tight, close, and use a lot of burst firing. So right now, we're kind of pushing the spawn. Spawns are about to flip. You see I'm about to get my streak already, and we're going to be leading into this first half. So I'm coming around, we're trying to regain the map control. I do have the suppressor because obviously with the suppressor, you can navigate the map a little differently, especially if my little triangle on the mini-map isn't lit up. That means they don't know I'm there. So as long as I keep firing my weapon, I'm not going to be seen. As long as they don't have a recon up, I'm not going to be seen either. So as long as that's the process in play, I can kind of move around the map and just play kind of smartly. That one I assumed my teammate was a little bit closer than it was. That was really a bad play right there. I should have already been pre-aiming that doorway. I did have my crosshairs there, but I wasn't really like focused and lasered in on my actual movement. I know a guy's coming over here. So I kind of peek, absolutely laser him, hit the shots, hit a few shots, and then pretty much cleaned him up. And right here, I want to kind of push a little bit through the spawn. And right here, I'm kind of going for a flank, but what ends up happening is it ends up being a guy behind me. I could have probably pushed a little bit further to the outside, but I really wasn't trying to flip the spawn. I just wanted to get a good flank. And right there, it was just a little case of bad timing. So as I come around this left side, I don't stay there very long because I want a little bit closer engagements. Obviously, if someone's sitting on that little ledge, it's going to be a bad time for me. Right here, I end up, this guy who plays like that, man. Literally, the dude is prone and then jumps up on the turret. So another case of bad timing. And my teammate's literally right there. So I don't know how the guy cut over to the side and didn't get shot once. And then he basically peeks and absolutely destroys me. Right here I can see he's on there, and now I want to reposition to take him out. And you can see the gun absolutely melts if you can line up the shots, get good control on the recoil, hit fires pretty well, get a triple kill, and it looks like we're going to start to flip the spawn. As soon as this guy dies, we might be in a position to actually flip those spawns, take that guy out, and I'm kind of getting in this position because I do want to live, and then I back up and we end up getting shot from the backside. So there's not much I could have done there. My teammate was right there pushed up on the left, but they didn't really do a good job on actually turning around and getting anything done. So we got flanked. There's not much you can do in that scenario. I'm rushing around the map, making some dumb decisions, as you can see, but we're still winning. We're up by 30 points because we have maintained that map control. Like I said, map control is key. I haven't really jumped on the objective at all. I've shot people off the objective. I've maneuvered to actually cut people off, but for the most part, I don't know how I got lasered there. I actually shot the guy. He went right through my bullets. You can actually watch it again, rewind it if you want. Check it out. I landed some shots and they didn't get any hit markers for them. And sometimes that's weird with the game, especially with these faster rate of fire weapons. You'll notice if you have rapid fire on a weapon, it actually seems to miss more hit markers. Not because you're more inaccurate or anything like that, but a lot of times it just comes down to you missing your shots because the game doesn't register them right, or it doesn't manage to figure out the lag comp. I come around over there knowing where the guy is. I'm playing smart. I'm cutting off this doorway These dang shield people are just annoying sometimes. But right here, we still have the map control. There is someone in the back of our spawn. I'm just hoping that one of our teammates will go take him out. So I'm looking to see if he dies in the process, and you can see he's still back in the spawn. And that does it for the first half. If you are enjoying the video so far, remember to hit that like button, and we'll continue to break down this commentary. We'll see if I get that little vicious medal. I know a lot of people like to see the vicious medal. We'll see what happens right here. So I push aggressively on that opening rush, thinking I can actually come around and cut people off, and it actually works. You can see I have a suppressor. I have my little recon plane going on, and then I was able to take that guy off the thing, and we're able to push up. And you'll see my teammates are able to push up slowly. Right here, I'm just trying to protect and guard the B, because my entire objective is to keep people off of B so my teammates can gain that control. As I do this rotation, I'm actually keeping people off the objective, and my teammates are able to cap it rather quickly and rather easily. So you can see right there how smooth that was. We didn't really get contested at all. I'm kind of rotating back and forth. I have a bouncy Betty up top. They're coming out of spawn. I'm not pushing too deep as to flip the spawns and rotate anything and lose A or lose C. So there's just a lot of that map control going on, because that's a very high level thinking. A lot of times people think that's just kill whoring because I'm going for kills. But in the end of the day, you can see I learned my lesson from the first half, that I said, you know what, I'm going to go around, I'm going to go for a little solid flank. So I actually rotate all the way around, come around this guy, I don't know what the heck he's looking at, and then I continue to rotate back and forth through their spawn. We haven't flipped them yet because they still have a couple people over here, and then I start running. This is where airborne might have done a little bit of good, and I probably would run airborne if they had a little bit more ammo capacity. Right here I'm at 270, but that's because I have Expeditionary. Again, I'm going to take this dude out, and you can see you can melt so quick, and they just don't know where you're at. That's why suppressors on SMGs is so good, and that's why a lot of times guns were overpowered before in other Call of Duties, because if you can stay off the mini-map, it's like so good, especially if you can call those counter recons to shut that down. They're really not going to know where you're at unless they just hear you and see kind of how you're moving. So right here I'm waiting for my paratroopers to land, because I don't want to get choked off my streak. So I'm just kind of waiting. We still got that solid map control. You can see they can't even push out of spawn for the most part. And then I call this firebombing run, try to at least, and then as soon as I call it in, I know I'm getting a little choke point there, and then I just gotta wait out for these 3 kills and just play smart. As soon as I come around the corner, snap on, get a couple hits, and I already know the guy's low health. So I'm gonna finish him off, strafing, hit him over, and then just kind of rotating. I can see the guy up top, so I kind of rotate around. I know he's engaged with my teammate, so he's distracted. Easily come up, flank, and they don't know I'm there. They don't call in these recon planes. I get a ball turret gunner, and you're gonna see I still continue to go off. Obviously, I'm going to call him the ball turret gunner, but one thing with this weapon is you do have to fight for those close engagements, and that takes a very, I guess, knowledgeable player of how the map operates to actually make sure that your routes are advantageous to you. Because a lot of times I'd actually go different routes depending on the weapon. If I was going to use an LMG, I'd probably go through the cave side. If I'm going to use a rifle, I'd probably go through the middle, cross bridge. But obviously with an SMG, I kind of go change my route, and you got to learn from your opponents. Not every opponent's the exact same. I know I talked about this in one of my subscriber breakdowns, in which if you want to get your subscriber gameplay broken down, let me know in the comment section below. And the reason I bring that up is because one of my subscribers kept getting killed by a sniper, and he kept running the same route, and a lot of times you just got to learn from your mistakes. I learned from that first mistake. When I went for that flank, I ended up getting killed on the side. I made sure that didn't happen the second time, and look, it led to a ball turret gunner. Obviously, I went on a little bit longer streak. I came out of spawn, was able to just absolutely melt them. I went off. Ball turret gunner is probably the best thing you can ever call in to win domination match, because your team ends up triple capping. Right now I gotta kind of have some high level play here. I know that the guy's going that way. I put a bounty Betty to protect my back. I know someone's coming out of spawn, but the teammate's right behind me. This guy gets hit, absolutely melts him, and I'm thinking that's an enemy enemy because I didn't see the name, and we flip spawns. So right now we're in a really solid position. We're gonna obviously win. Only 3 ticks to go. I'd love to know your thoughts down in the comment section below, what you think of this weapon. Also, if you enjoyed the video at all, remember to hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already. If you're new to the channel, make sure you got those notifications on so you don't miss out on any of this future content or the content that I've talked about that I normally put out on a regular basis. Thank you for watching, and as always, have a great day.